Welcome to another episode of Married with Video Games. I'm your host, Matthew.
I'm your host, Christina.
And I'm going to try to remember when I played Deathloop.
The music is excellent for this.
It is very good.
It's probably one of the highlights.
It's really good. Yeah, the game was good. It wasn't a 10 out of 10.
No, I don't understand why
But
everybody...
it also wasn't a 0 out of 10.
No, that's a note I added into the... Thank you for clicking through here, dog.
Yeah, sorry about that. We finished this game like 2 weeks ago. I'm so tired. It's not
I know
my
you're
volume.
saying.
My voice is not going up any higher. I'm sorry. Plus, I'm talking quietly because our son is sleeping, and I just want him to stay asleep. And this is why we were so delayed on this podcast.
Yes.
He has been 24-hour-a-day maintenance lately.
Well, the last couple nights he's been getting up 2 to 3 times. We had a week stretch where he was only getting up once. He was doing like 7 hours and then 4 to 5.
Yeah, but then we had grandparents here. Bunny's upstairs now. The whole family other than our son is up right now.
Excellent.
So it's a thing. It's a whole thing.
Yes, yeah, we had in-laws in town. I had in-laws in town. You had parents in town, and it's been a lot.
Yeah, we are so ready for quiet, but then I go back to work next week, so it's going to be just...
Yeah, that'll be a new adjustment, and we've started playing like 4 different video games.
We're going to do a Halloween special again, everybody, so we have a game we're playing for that. Mm-hmm. Maybe 2, depending how quickly we beat this one. And we're playing Eastward as well. Uh-huh. And it's mixed emotions, but it's okay. It's going well.
I have a good description for it, but I will save that for the podcast.
All right. I will read a synopsis of Deathloop. It's relatively long, but this comes from Bethesda's website itself. Deathloop transports you to the mysterious island of Blackreef, where an internal struggle between 2 extraordinary assassins will determine the island's future. As Colts, you must find a way to put an end to the time loop trapping the island in an endless cycle, all while being hunted by the island's inhabitants. Using your powerful weapons and abilities, you need to take out 8 key targets across the stunning yet chaotic island before the day resets in order to break the loop once and for all. But lurking in the shadows is a rival assassin, Juliana, whose sole mission is to take Colt out and keep the loop going. Learn from each cycle, try new paths and approaches, and break the loop.
Our dog literally just keeps doing circles in the kitchen.
Yeah, you're going to hear all... This is not going to be our golden
Not going to be our
episode.
best. No, all I think of when I hear his clickety-clacks is Futurama Bender. I got wheels with clickety-clacks. Yep. Welcome to my brain and our life.
Yep. Well, Deathloop was released September 14th, 2021 for PC and PS5. Mm-hmm. All right. Give them some reviews.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Metacritic, 88 from critics, 6.3 from users.
Okay, it went up
Better
higher.
than what it was. And
Yes.
actually, that was when when you sent this to me like 3 weeks ago. So, Loop Metacritic. We're just going to do some quick Googling and see if it's changed at all. 88 and 6.4. So it's gone up 0.1.
We'll cover this in a minute. We'll cover it why it shouldn't even be that low of a game, I don't think.
So GameSpot positive. This is what we're going to go for. The repetition-based design of Deathloop eases you into creating a flow state that you can enter into and exit from at will. With the character development systems, it gamifies trial and error so effectively that failures almost always still feel like small triumphs. This might sound typical given the prominence of recent roguelite games such as Hades, but Deathloop's gameplay feels entirely of its own brand, and that is because it's built on the foundation of Arcane's domino effect design.
Okay.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Okay, did you actually find negative things for this?
I did.
Okay.
It's from Metro Game Central. I've never heard of that.
Well, Metro Game Central, here's
Welcome.
our shout out. Welcome to our show.
They're going to be super famous now.
Yeah, you are on top of the charts coming from our podcast.
So their negative is, although it becomes obvious that there's a lot less depth to the game than initially implied, with little in the way of real puzzles and most of your time out of combat spent reading notes and listening to audio logs, with the game explaining every step needed in such detail that you never really have to work anything out for yourself.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So if anyone has ever played any of the Arcane Studio games, their most famous one, in my opinion, is Dishonored and Dishonored 2. Well, they have a few other ones. They do the Prey series. Dishonored kind of set this loop of gameplay where you're stealthily going through areas, teleporting, avoiding enemies, and they give you multiple ways to complete areas. So you don't have to, other than the 8 people you're supposed to kill in this one, you don't have to kill anyone else if you're good enough to sneak around and be stealthy enough for it. Mm-hmm. I'm not that talented, but it is an option in the game if you're good enough at doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Okay.
That being said, it's a loop. It's a
morning, noon, afternoon, night.
Yep. And once you finish that loop, you start back at the beginning. In the beginning, you lose all the items you've acquired. And over time, you get the ability to store items that you gain. You get this currency called Residuum. Residuum, whatever. And then what happens is you bet enough, and when you find an item that you like, you can store it and keep it, along with these things called Nexus Slabs, which are your superpowers, quote unquote. Like one of them lets you be chameleon mode, you go invisible. You can become like a wrecking ball and just become immune to damage. And you can do all sorts of stuff. One of them lets you blink or teleport.
That one you used a lot.
I used that one, and I used the chain kill one, where basically it's tying their fates together. So if one person dies, the other person dies the same way.
That one was freaking sweet.
So I used that one very frequently. I think I got like 8 or 9 people in one hit with it. It's pretty wild if you get a good shot in with it. There is one called Kinesis where you can launch them or push them. So I would throw people off cliffs with it.
I did see you use that one as well. Yes.
There may have been one more, and I'm just forgetting it now. But I didn't really use there. No, those were it. I think.
I don't know.
I use Blink the most, and Blink was. It's kind of like I feel like you have to use Blink.
Yeah. You played this game a lot without me, which I was surprised by.
You didn't miss much.
I know.
You really didn't miss a whole lot. The music was good where I played. Where you heard all the good music. Mm-hmm. I made sure you watched the final kill of everybody in there to get the general idea of the story. And then there's multiple endings, depending on which way you want to go. I'm not going to spoil any of the endings because it's a new game.
It is a new game.
So people can play through and figure out the story themselves if they want to. It is worth playing. The voice acting is incredible.
The voice acting is amazing. That is a note that I have I think it's at the end of here. Yep, voice acting is phenomenal. Musical cues are super fun.
Well, let me just... we'll get through this really here. When you get through so basically the whole idea is for you to break this never-ending loop as Colt while being hunted as Juliana. The alternate is there is a multiplayer option where you can play as Juliana and hop in other people's games and eliminate their character.
Yes, eliminate their Colt.
Yep, and you get prizes and can level up your Juliana and get costumes and other fun stuff that if you do it that way.
You played it once?
And the person logged off because I killed him 2 out of the 3 deaths that he had.
Yes, and then you said, that was fun. I don't need to do it again. People are just going to log off like you did with, was it Demon Souls or Dark Souls?
Demon Souls, where if I died, I'd reset just so I didn't lose my stuff. That's exactly what he did.
Yep.
He reset his day so he wouldn't lose everything.
Yep.
Got a good kill on him.
It would be fun to do that with friends.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like Nightfire for the GameCube. My brothers and the neighbors played that a lot.
Yeah, it would be fun to be able to sneak up and play like when you're playing with your friends and they know you're going to jump in their game and that's the whole point. That would be fun. Mm-hmm. But I did it once online. I had a good time. Story-wise, it takes place in the 60s or 70s. It felt like more like the 70s. Late 60s, early 70s kind of thing.
Early 70s.
And you play as this guy named Colt. And you forget everything of who you are, and you wake up to being killed by Juliana, and then you wake up on a beach. But this is the first time you remember it again. And she says you've long story short, you've been doing this for a long time. And she tells you that you remember, you sometimes you remember, sometimes you forget, and she just gets pissed off when you forget everything, and that makes her kill you even more. Mm-hmm. And you just kind of learn the systems that way, and you go through it. And then once you kind of do the set of sequences, it kind of opens up and lets you figure out the story. Kind of lets you figure out the story yourself. It kind of tells you a story, and it tells you where to be in at what time, rather than learning from cues in the game and doing stuff. There's some of it I appreciate, and some of it that annoyed the heck out of me.
You and I had a conversation halfway through you playing this game, probably 2/3 of the way through you playing this game, where both of us kind of were of the mindset that this would be a game where you needed to have a pen and paper out and you needed to be taking notes to remember these things.
Yes, that's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, that's what we were both hoping for, kind of like an old school like Spy.
Or I was hoping that the game would take notes in a journal for you, but not tell you
exactly what to do. And this just lays it out there.
Yeah, it gives you it pinpoints the locations on the map where you need to be and where things are.
Even when you go to the next segment of the day, if for whatever one you're pinned on, it'll tell you it'll black out the two ones that you don't need to go to.
Yeah, you don't need to be in
which
those.
Is kind of annoying.
Yeah, it doesn't let you dead end yourself. It doesn't let you. It really, there's other than some mysterious couple puzzles, it doesn't really let you think for yourself. It kind of holds your hand the whole way.
It does.
And I was kind of hoping for more of before I even get into that, I did appreciate that it would store the number codes that you learn.
Yes.
So you don't have to remember the number codes that you type in.
Especially because there's so many of them throughout the different areas.
Yeah, so once you learn a number code for something, it's automatic. You don't have to do anything special.
Yeah, like your tunnels to escape into, it remembers that for you.
Yeah, or if you learn a passcode to a door, the day repeats itself, so it's the same passcode the next day. Your character remembers that passcode. That is something that would be okay. Or even having an in-game journal, which there kind of was one, but it was a little confusing. But the in-game journal would rather that having lead you without pinpointing everything, or maybe give players the option to not be directed exactly.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
For me, I would have enjoyed that more if it didn't point you where you needed to go. And maybe there was that mode and I didn't know it.
Because everybody's complaints have been the same, that it's too, well, there's a lot of complaints out there, but many of them have been that it's too hand-holdy. It doesn't give you any creative, there's this one set way to do this thing.
Yeah, there's not multiple ways in the end to kill all 8 of them. It's a direct pathway that you have to learn, and that's the only way you can kill all 8. That's a little disappointing too. It would have been fun if there would have been maybe 4 or 5 different ways to kill all 8 of them in the end. That would have been cool.
Yes, at least 2 or 3 different ways would be cool. It doesn't need to be over the top, but just having the one set way, everybody's playing the same exact game. And for something like this, that's so figure it out, figure out how to kill 8 different people, there should be more than one strict way. Everybody shouldn't be playing the same game. If that makes sense.
No, I 1,000% agree with that.
Okay.
So you had some comments about the reviews, right?
I just had 2 comments that I added at the bottom of your next section.
Well, we kind of dived into that. We really kind of went through and did our venting here.
We've been very tough on this game, even though we said, yeah, you should play it.
So listen, the game is still very good. It was an enjoyable play. You'll still get a good 15, 20, 25 hours of gameplay.
It felt shorter than I thought it was going to.
You can get 30 to 40 if you really want to dig into all the little hidden gems in the game. I didn't care that much, and I'm not much of an achievement hunter for most games. There's some of them I lock onto.
Platinumed bug snacks.
Final Fantasy VII. There you go. So once, there's certain games you lock onto and you want to do that for.
Yeah.
This wasn't one of them for me.
No, about a third of the way through, we were both enjoying it, but it was still disappointing. We had such high hopes from all of the trailers and all of the previews that it looked so cool and so different. And looking at the user reviews, if people didn't like it, they gave it a 0. So it's kind of some review bombing.
They said there was some glitches and stuff like that, but even, or maybe I don't know why, but the zeros felt not, again, I can't tell people what their opinion should be, but in my opinion, like, the things that they're complaining about aren't zeros. That's not worthy of a zero sometimes. Like, you know what's worthy of a zero was Cyberpunk. That game was barely functional.
Yes, that one definitely.
Like, I gave it like a 2 or a 4, and that one deserves zeros. I don't know. What is some of the things that people...
So I'm going through just the user ones. This person says gameplay feels outdated, graphics are outdated, sound design is outdated, and outdated game. They gave it a 0.
That does... Even if it feels that way, that's not a 0.
Somebody gave it a 0. Dishonored with a new skin, outdated graphics, outdated gameplay.
Okay, that's still not a 0, in my opinion. Maybe for them that is, but that's worthy of, like, maybe if its soup feels old and outdated, maybe it's a 4. If it's still playable and functional, it's above a 0 to me.
The AI was also not great.
The AI wasn't great. Now, it wasn't a 10 out of 10.
No.
Like, a lot of places gave this game a 10 out of 10, and I was like, really? That's your 10? That's your mark? For me, I'm just going to jump into my score. I gave it like I guess the 6.5 is fair, but I think it's like a 7.
I would give it a 7 as well.
I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Now, the gameplay was solid. The AI was dumb. Mm-hmm. The hand-holdy was the worst part about it for me. I didn't really have any glitches.
No.
The voice acting was par none the best part, next to the music. Okay, I got a 2.
I feel like I'm not even playing the same game as those who gave it rave reviews. This is bad. It obviously borrows a lot from BioShock, but its controls, the looks, and menus feel like it's from 2007. Its stealth mechanics are too janky to be a stealth game. Its shooting feels like you're in mud, so it's a bad shooter. You did pretty good with headshots in this game.
I got really good with them after
a
while.
Was that the nail gun?
There was a nail gun initially, then I had a pistol, and I had a sniper rifle at one point.
This person that gave it the 2 says the only huge positive I'll give this game is the voice acting. Colt and Juliana are absolutely fantastic, and this game is actually really, really funny.
The comedy,
the quips are hilarious.
Their commentary, their back and forth is some of the best you're going to have in the industry.
Mm-hmm. It's really good.
I am blown away by these two.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give
really
them all
good.
the jobs.
Yeah, they can, they with the Troy Bakers.
Troy Baker. I was thinking.
And Northern North.
I was thinking Trey Parker and Matt Stone, and then I went, wait, that's South Park.
Yeah, well, they're good voice actors too. They just do their same characters. But Troy Baker and Nolan North, these guys, Juliana, who played Juliana and who played Colt, we should look them up.
We should look them up.
I'm
gonna pause this so you guys don't have to listen to me Google it. It would help if I could push the correct buttons for this.
There you
go. Jason Kelly is Colt, and then Ozioma Akaga is Juliana. I apologize for butchering that name. I'm very bad.
But they were fantastic.
They were amazing. It's so good. And I personally liked the musical cues because it kind of made it feel like a 70s spy thriller. You get like the like... and the drums and like the bass beats, like if somebody noticed you, it was just very creative that way.
They had a lot of really good positive things in this game, and it was honestly the worst part was the hand holding. They made it look like this big murder mystery, and you didn't get to enjoy your murder mystery.
She's the voice of Shuri on Marvel's What If. You didn't watch any of those episodes with me. It's like a baby Shuri. She's like 9 years old.
Well, she did a great job.
She did. Give her all the jobs.
All the jobs.
She's Half-Life Alex.
Well, she's Alex.
Yeah, she's Alex.
Only in Half-Life Alex, or is she Alex in all of them? No. Okay.
Just that one.
Oh, I didn't, because the other Alex that game was pretty old. And she doesn't seem that old. But she's been doing stuff for a while.
Let's see, what's her date of birth? I can't read IMDb on my computer.
Don't worry about it. Just forget about it. It's not even that big of a deal. Overall, guys, it's worth the play. If you have a PS5, it's just another thing to add to your collection. It gives you a good enough time. And it's a $50 or $60 game, so you're not spending the $70 price tag.
No, I think you got it on sale for like $52.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Black Friday deal. I think the issue with this game was the overhype for it.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, the 10 out of 10s didn't help either. But again, the polar opposite was uncalled for, in my opinion, too.
Agreed.
Again, this is one man's opinion. but a 0 is an unplayable game. That's what a 0 is to me.
We never went back to Cyberpunk. You're just waiting for the PS5 version at this point.
Yeah, whenever that comes out, I will download
Our child will be 7 years old when that comes out.
And it'll be the PS6.
It'll be the PS6. They just skipped the PS5 completely.
Mm-hmm. That being said, a 0 is an unplayable game. A 10 out of 10 is a masterpiece for its generation. Ocarina of Time was a masterpiece for its generation. Breath of the Wild was a masterpiece for the Switch generation that it was on. Mm-hmm. There's some really, really good games out there that are masterpieces for that genre and generation. They just don't... sometimes they're... that's not what they are to me. They just don't feel that way to me. I think the original Last of Us deserved a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't one.
Yeah. Okay. Every modern IGN 10 out of 10. We're going on a completely... Well, The Last of Us Part 2, which we did not like. Mm-hmm. Persona 5 Royal, Half-Life Alyx, Red Dead Redemption 2.
I understand Red Dead Redemption 2. Even the God of War 2018 was mind-bogglingly good.
Celeste.
You would like Celeste, I think.
Super Mario Odyssey.
Yep.
Undertale, Breath of the Wild, Inside, The Witness, Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain.
I like that one. I still wouldn't give that a perfect 10, but it was a good game. Grand Theft Auto 5 is just too big.
It is. How many more releases do we need to get at that? Last of Us Remastered.
Yep, so that is
Skyward Sword? Wow. Uncharted 3.
Any of the Uncharted games. Drake's Fortune would be a 10 for me.
Super Mario Galaxy 2? Wow.
Yeah, so some of them we agree, some you don't. But I think that for me, a 10 out of 10 is...
Like, you could go back and spend 200 hours in it. Who are we telling that we've played over 200 hours? Oh, that was your buddy at the wedding. For Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. And then for us, it's that Stardew Valley.
Oh, Stardew Valley. I have a lot of time in Animal Crossing, but that's also because we could do nothing else.
Yeah, we played a lot of Animal Crossing.
Lots of Animal Crossing.
All right, everybody. We're at Gaming Marriage or gamingmarriage@gmail.com. Sorry this episode took so long. Again, life is a little crazy right now. We don't have an anime going on yet, but Demon Slayer is doing stuff, so we will be watching that sooner than later.
Yes, we will probably start reviewing that one since we're in between, and I don't... When was Rising of the Shield Hero? I think is March.
And next year... We'll see if we can find another short, 12-episode series to watch. I have a couple that we're watching My Hero. I don't think we're going to do that. Maybe do it by seasons, but it's so...
If you want to do a retrospective on Slime Season 2...
We could do that as well.
Because that one has some decent... Season 1, that time I got reincarnated as a slime that we did, has some decent listens. So, yeah. This was our Deathloop podcast.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We'll catch you soon.
We're going to go to bed. It is 7:42.
All right, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.